where you have been and what you have done. But honestly, is it worth it when you have now a $5,000 plus bill from this vacation? And sometimes, honestly, we have to ask ourselves, why are we doing these things? We know that many times people are doing this so that they can follow the Joneses and show themselves to be a certain way to others on the outside, to make a certain profile of themselves that others may feel like they have a high or a rich lifestyle, when all this time they were using their credit cards to fund these trips or other things. Hey everyone, it's Monique. If you're new to my channel, I'm a pediatrician turned homeschool mom and keeper of my home, and on this channel I love to share things about sustainability, how you can improve your home, your household, your health, nutrition with just simple steps that are not only sustainable but life-giving and so much more. From things like gardening, making your own foods, homeschooling, and many other areas that help pull things together to bring sustainability to all aspects of our lives. I also have a new channel called Sustainable Sourdough and Grains, where I really dig deeply into using whole grains and sourdough to help to promote our health by avoiding commercial breads that really are devoid of nutrition and not healthy for us at all. So if you'd like to learn more about how you can make your own sourdough and use it for multiple delicious baked goods and breads, then take a look at that channel and I'll link it below. But in today's video, I'm talking about 15 things that my family and I have done that honestly help to save us thousands of dollars every year. Now, no matter where we are in life, it is wise for us to be frugal and to be aware of where our money goes and how we're spending it. We don't want for it to be a problem for us down the line where we have been left with not much to take care of ourselves and family because we weren't wise in the way we use our money. So I have found from our own experience that these 15 things have really helped us to grow and continues to move us forward in a position of peace and really being able to provide for the long term. Number one, we buy foods in bulk whenever we can. We specifically use a family-owned business called Azure Standard that brings forth to many people all over the US whole foods, organic, non-GMO products from house, home, produce, and more that really are priced at good, reasonable prices to help us to bring healthy nutrition into our home. Buying in bulk will sometimes make it so that you have a higher upfront cost because you're buying a larger portion of something, but when you break down the cost, it is so much more cost saving than if you were to buy just small packets from the grocery store every week. So for example, we will buy a 50-pound bag of oats, 50-pound bag of wheat berries, and things like these. Buying the main ingredients to make multiple foods that we're going to eat throughout the week in a larger size, then storing it well so that it will be ready and fresh for us to use. It saves us a lot of money. Hundreds of dollars actually if you were to compare prices with other online retailers. And even better, this is a family-owned operation with good moral mission and wanting to bring together good foods in a community that I really do enjoy supporting, and I really do enjoy their foods. So when you can buy in bulk, it will save you so much more in the long run when you look at the cost breakdown. The next one is making your own personalized gifts and teaching your children how to be skillful and resourceful. When things come up and you want to provide somebody with a gift, or especially for your children, help them to learn skills that they can use to give of themselves in terms of the time that they spend in making the gift, being resourceful, and really personalizing gifts for people that they care about. Instead of going out and buying prepackaged gifts that do not have specific personalization to it like yours would, helping to teach resourceful skills to your children by teaching them how to make gifts for people that they can pass on to others is so very good for them in general and cost savings. For example, my children know how to crochet, they know how to sew, they know how to do multiple things to help to make honestly beautiful gifts for people, and it's so personalized, and people love receiving things that they know that you have spent time on. So think about that. Think about, instead of buying gifts every time, make it personalized, and at the same time you would have learned a new skill. Number 3, gardening and growing your own food. Now this is a big one because it not only saves you so much money from going to the grocery store every week and buying these same products over and over again, it's also helping to promote good health and honestly saving you issues of medical decline and health bills that you may accumulate because you're not feeling well. Food is really one of the central ways that we can keep ourselves healthy and living longer. And when you have your own garden, you are growing your own organic produce that you are tending to. You know exactly what you're putting on it, and you don't have to worry about pesticides and chemicals that are often sprayed on commercial foods. And if you do buy organic products from stores, the cost is normally higher than other regular goods, so therefore you're having to pay the other farmers for doing what you could potentially do yourself, if even in a small way. Growing your own vegetables, your own fruits, all these things will promote good health and save you so much money in your pockets. Buying just a small packet of seeds can literally bring you a whole large array and space of foods in just a few months if you give yourself time and patience. So gardening and growing your own foods is a top one to save you money. Number 4, making your own body products. I will link some videos where I will show you some of the different things that you can do for yourself. But making your own body products, not depending upon the store, and more importantly, avoiding the chemicals that come with commercial body products, it's so important. You can make your own lip balm, body balm, shampoo, all these different things that you would normally use. But you have the ability to tailor the ingredients and make it to suit yourself, all the while avoiding dangerous chemicals that can be absorbed through your skin. Number 5, remaining satisfied with what you have and not feeling like you have to have the latest gadgets. There's always something new coming out, whether it be another ability with the camera, more sharpness with this, better focus for this. Before you know it, you'll be buying gadgets every single year that honestly you don't need. If what you have is working fine and there's no issue with it, stick with it. If you have bought it just within the past year or so, you don't need another one. I know sometimes it looks very appealing, but it is also affecting your pockets. So learning to be satisfied with what you have and using what you have is to save you money in the long run. Number 6, not taking expensive vacations every year. You don't have to follow what everyone else is doing. We see everybody going on vacations and going on this expensive trip, and they're all the way across the world. Now that is beautiful to do if you have the extra money aside that you could use. But if you are working on paying off your debt and you are working on saving, you should not be taking large and expensive trips. Not yet. It's all about delaying that gratification for a little bit, instead doing things in your home. Have a staycation, invite a family friend over, a close relative that you enjoy spending time with, and spend time with them, or just spend time in your own close circle. You can make it special. You can do a special dinner or watch something special together, all in your home at a fraction of the cost. It's all well and fun to go across the world taking your pictures and all these things to be on your vacation so that you can show everybody where you have been and what you have done. But honestly, is it worth it when you have now a $5,000 plus bill from this vacation? And sometimes, honestly, we have to ask ourselves, why are we doing these things? We know that many times people are doing this so that they can follow the Joneses and show themselves to be a certain way to others on the outside, to make a certain profile of themselves that others may feel like they have a high or a rich lifestyle, when all this time they were using their credit cards to fund these trips or other things. Now everybody knows their own circumstances, but I have seen it time and time again where people are going into debt because they are using their credit cards to fund these lavish trips. When the time comes, you can enjoy yourself with your family, but until then, make sure that you are being frugal and having that delayed gratification mindset. Enjoy yourself when the time comes, but don't do it before you can afford it. Number 7, simple wardrobe options. Now, it is often trendy to want to buy the latest fashions and the latest dresses and shoes and bags and sunglasses and hats and all these things. But at the end, your pockets are draining. Try and make it so that you have simple outfits, yet elegant and classic, that you can feel good wearing, that is not going to drain your pockets. Thinking simply and living simply will honestly bring peace to you. You don't have to worry about whether this dress is too tight or this blouse doesn't fit right, because you are wearing simple but good clothing choices that last with you year after year. These are timeless pieces that you can continue to use without any issues, and they serve multiple occasions and purposes. Thinking simply in your clothing options are also so good in cost savings. Another tip with this, don't be afraid to shop the clearance section. I have found some beautiful options in the clearance section literally for less than $10 and even less than $5 for tops, dresses, skirts, and things of this nature. Don't be too proud to go to that clearance section, because you can find some very good finds that you may not have seen otherwise. Things that have been there that actually fit you and that are perfectly fine and even new. Don't ever move away from the clearance section. That's where I go. Number 8, avoiding takeout food. If you were to add up all the money that is spent on buying takeout food, you would be amazed that you would see you're spending hundreds of dollars by the end of the year, or even more depending on what you buy. But it is better to go ahead and buy your staple foundational ingredients. If you feel like having a lo mein, you feel like having a stir fry, go ahead and buy the healthy noodles. Go ahead and get your garlic. Go ahead and get your bell peppers. Go ahead and get your onions. Go ahead and get your fresh vegetables that you can then whip up with your delicious teriyaki sauce, low sodium of course, that you can then enjoy in your home, knowing what you have put in it, and you have kept the money in your pocket and you're healthier for it. Because there are so many preservatives and high sodium containing foods that are out there with the takeout foods that we're buying, and you will never have any idea of how they're preparing it and what they're putting in it. Is it even fresh when you buy it? Saving yourself your health and money in your pocket by avoiding takeout food just altogether whenever possible is one of the best things you can do. Next one, buying long-lasting products that are well made. Whenever you buy something, whether it be furniture, your shoes, or your clothing, make sure you are buying things that are long-lasting. It may sometimes be a little bit more money up front, but it will save you so much more in the long run because it has the potential for longevity. A beautifully made wooden table can last you from one generation to the next, saving you so much money instead of buying cheaper ones that you're arranging and putting together for yourself. Or for those that are crafty, if you can get yourself some very good wood and you can put it together yourself, that's even better. Do it yourself, save yourself money, buy well-made products that have the ability for longevity. Number 10, and this is a big one that many people don't talk about or they don't remember. Invest in your health. If we don't have our health, honestly, everything else is falling apart. We're not able to accomplish the things that we would want to accomplish in life. We find that we don't have the energy to do the things that we need to do. Investing in your health by having an overall mindset that you do all things to promote health to your body, your spirit, and your soul will do you so much good. It will also feed your mind every day and those of your children and family around you. Whatever you do, think about how will this affect me and my health in the long run. Whether it be what you're eating, whether it be what you're putting on your body, whether it be what you're exposing yourself to, whether it be taking time to make your homemade foods so that it can promote a life to your body and mind. All these things, thinking about your health and making your health a priority making sure you're getting good physical activity, making it a priority to grow your own food, to pour into the bank of your health. And gardening is one of the best things you can do for your health. It keeps you physically active. The microbes in the soil feed you in many ways that we don't even know about, that we're even just learning more and more about. The sunshine being helpful, the vitamin D, the sounds of nature is just endless. So doing things that pour into your health bank and making your health a priority is so important. Number 11, considering homeschooling your children. There is so much money spent having to send our children at times to private schools or even through public schools. You may have to buy a uniform, you have to purchase certain things for their learning, maybe even certain books, certain things that the teacher is requesting, and they all add up. Or if you're sending your children to daycare or a babysitter, thousands of dollars spent every year instead of staying in your pocket and investing in their future. Homeschooling allows you to pour into your children, shielding them as well from harmful influences on the outside, being that daily example to them in your home, tailoring their schoolwork to fit their individual needs. There's so much blessing in homeschooling your children, walking with them day in and day out. It can be done. I know some people feel, oh no, I could never do that. But you can do it if you set your mind to do so. Especially if you are a keeper of your home and you are a homemaker and you're already home. Don't send the children out to school. Make it a part of your day. It doesn't have to be strict and rigid. We're not trying to replicate what we see in the public school system. We have the ability to specifically streamline how we want our day and our school day to look. And it will save you so much money in the long term and build into your children for the future, because you are trying to train your children now to be the adults that you would want them to be in just a few years. Time is short and they grow up so fast. So pour into them now and consider homeschooling and saving yourself so much money in the long run. Next one is giving 10% of your income to be ready to help others if ever they need it. Even these small amounts add up and will help you to have that nest egg available if ever someone needs a helping hand from you. Or if you are just working on a project that you really want to be a blessing for someone else, try and save back some of your earnings. 10% is a good number so that you can have the ability to be a blessing for others and make it so that you're not the one reaching out all the time, but that you can be the one to lend a helping hand if somebody else needs it. Next one is embracing a minimal mindset and learning to be happy with what you have. Being able to be content with how you are, with your appearance, not always chasing down the next trend, not always chasing down the next and newest, being content with minimalism, if you want to call it that word, being content with the small things in life which honestly bring the greatest joys. Being content with what you have, not worrying about putting on a lot of makeup, eyelashes, all these nails, jewelry. I know some people do that because it helps to make them feel better. But honestly, you don't need that to have joy. You don't need that to feel better. Seeking a relationship with the Father first will help to set everything else straight. This will give you the greatest joys. Sometimes, often, we find people are covering themselves with large amounts of makeup and all these dazzling things because they are not wanting to face something. They're trying to cover something, unfortunately. And there are other times where people, they feel like they just feel better with all this. But natural beauty, leaving your own natural features to be accentuated, is best. And really, the best beauty from that which shines outwards, that which is coming from within. Are you showing love to others? Are you being peaceful? Are you being giving? This is where the true beauty comes in, not in all these layers of makeup and so forth. The next one is planning your spending and making a list before you go out and shop. If you make it so that you just have an open mind to anything that you see, you haven't set down a list, you are more likely to spend more than you would have liked to had you had a list. Set down a specific list, even have a cash envelope. Try not to use your credit card. Try to have planned expense and a planned experience for when you go outside. Have your cash envelope ready with your set budget and spend only that as best as you can. Try avoiding the use of your credit card. Use cash instead to buy what you need and come back with just that. Leave the things in the aisles that are pulling for your attention, because it's also pulling out of your pocket and it's going to move you further and further away from your financial goals. So have your list ready and stick to your list. And the last one is using your library for all the resources that it has. I know I love to read books. I love sharing books with my children, especially because we homeschool. We like to have a nice variety of different topics and things that pique our interest and help us to delve into specific areas. I am into some very different books personally now about whole grains, bread making, sourdough, ancient grains, and all these things. And before I know it, I'd be spending hundreds of dollars on books. Instead, I can put them on hold in the library and order them as I like, going through them, and then if I really find a book to be a treasure, I can even then get it online to purchase for myself, but even at a cheaper price if you buy it used. So don't shy away from using the library's resources, and then if you really want to get your book to add to your collection of treasures that you would really enjoy, then look for the used books that you can then bring home and have right on your library shelf without spending hundreds of dollars. So these are the top 15 things that we do to save thousands of dollars every year when you add all these things up. I hope that this has been helpful for you. I am not a financial advisor, just a mother looking to be wise with her own home and household and how we can really make it to run efficiently and sustainably. As always, do all you can to be more and more sustainable, and until next time, be blessed.